well-wishers, and welcome to my channel Aspiring Minds. In today's video, we are going to discuss the line-by-line meaning of Act 2 Scene 1, and this is part 2 of the video. Part 1 is already live on my channel, so grab your virtual seats and let's begin. Let us quickly recapitulate. The scene takes place in Rome, in Brutus's orchard or his garden. Now remember, just before this speech of Brutus, we see that Cassius had suggested that we should also kill Mark Antony. To this, Brutus says that if they go ahead to kill Mark Antony also after they have killed Caesar, it will be wrong, because in that case it will seem like their act of killing Julius Caesar was more as a result of jealousy and anger and not because of the genuine common good of all, because Mark Antony is as if the limb of Julius Caesar. That is how close he is to Julius Caesar. So when they are going to kill Julius Caesar, what they need to do is they need to present it as if they are offering a sacrifice, and they are not butchers who are ruthlessly killing Julius Caesar, because he then says that let us kill him boldly but not wrathfully. That is not, we don't want to show that we are jealous and out of that jealousy we are killing Julius Caesar, and then later on we will be offering the body of Julius Caesar to be eaten up by the wild dogs and hounds. No, we are going to do the act of murder but in a very respectful manner. And he gives examples that just as a master purposely plots out a situation where the servant does something wrong and then punishes the servant for having done something wrong, that is the same way in which they are going to carry this act out, and in that way they will be called, he says, we shall be called purgers, not murderers. That is, if this is how they plan out the murder of Julius Caesar, it will seem as if they have purified Rome, they have done something which is genuinely and actually good for the whole of Rome. Now to this, Cassius says that Mark Antony loves Julius Caesar very dearly, and if he sees that Julius Caesar has been killed, Mark Antony is definitely going to take some action. To this, Brutus seems to be a good reader of character, because he says that good Cassius, don't think much about Mark Antony. If he actually and genuinely loves Julius Caesar, what he can do is he can kill himself, right? To show his love and loyalty towards Julius Caesar. And besides, Mark Antony is a kind of person who loves sports, he likes adventurous things, and he enjoys company of people. So very easily his attention will shift to all this once Julius Caesar is out of the scene. Trebonius now says there is no fear in him, let him not die. That is, we don't need to be afraid of Mark Antony, let's not kill him, because after this, after Julius Caesar is dead, he will find a way out of being able to live happily ever after. After this, the clock strikes. Brutus announces that, see, what is the time? Is it time for us to go and take action? Cassius now says that the clock has stricken 3, that is, it is now 3 o'clock in the midnight. Bonius at this time says that it is now time for us to, take leave and carry out the action. Now Cassius has another doubt. He says that it is very doubtful whether Julius Caesar will actually be coming to the Senate house today where they are planning to kill him, because of late, remember in Act 1 Scene 2, we had seen Soothsayer had constantly been warning Julius Caesar that beware the Ides of March. So Cassius is saying that recently Julius Caesar has started believing these superstitious things which he would not believe in earlier. So if he has become, a little more bent on believing this, then there is a high chance he may not come to the capital at all today. Now Decius to this says that don't fear that. If Julius Caesar is not convinced enough to come to the Senate house, he is going to do something to definitely bring Julius Caesar over here. And what is it he can do? He says that he will be able to change the mind of Julius Caesar, because it is very easy to brainwash Julius Caesar. He said that when Julius Caesar hates being flattered by people, but if you try to flatter him, he never, refuses to be flattered as well. So in that same manner, he knows how he can bring Julius Caesar to the Senate house. At this time, Cassius says that no, you are not alone. All of us are going to do things that we are able to definitely bring Julius Caesar to the Senate house. Brutus says that at the latest by 8 o'clock, we will all try to gather at the Senate house. Cinna says yes, and we will not fail, be that the uttermost. Let that be the last time, the latest time by which everyone gathers. Metellus now remembers that there is another person who has a grudge against Julius Caesar, that is Caius Ligarius, and he says that he has a grudge against Julius Caesar because at that time Julius Caesar had spoken against Pompey. So we could also bring him into the plan. So Brutus says that yes, it's good that you've reminded us of him, and you can, when you are going towards the Senate house, send Ligarius to my house. I will also brainwash him and get him prepared to be a part of our plan. Cassius now says that it's going to be morning very soon. Let us all disperse from here, and we should ultimately all remember that we are true Romans, and that is what we are going to be doing today in the spirit of being a true Roman. At this time, Brutus says, good gentlemen, look freshly and merrily. That is today when we gather. Don't show as if you have been awake the whole night and we have been hatching a plan against Julius Caesar, but put on your best of acting skills out today. You should be like the Roman actors. There should be no trace or any sign of you being tired. Instead, you should show utmost loyalty, freshness when you come today in the Senate house. All but Brutus exit. Now at this time, Brutus sees that Lucius has fallen off asleep again. He says that it is no matter. Don't worry, you can sleep peacefully. Enjoy this sweet, fresh, deep sleep that you are getting, because you are lucky that you are not troubled by the anxiety, grief, tensions and worries that keep people like us awake. Soon as all these people exit, Portia enters the scene, the wife of Brutus, right? So Portia says, Brutus, my lord. Brutus gets very shocked. That's why there's written Portia with an exclamation mark. What mean you? Wherefore you rise now? That is, what is the reason? Why have you woken up at this hour of the night? It is not good for your health to be waking up at this time when it is slightly cold and the morning is still raw. That is, it's still yet to be morning. Portia says, not for you neither. She's saying, if it's not good for me to wake up so early in the middle of the night, even for you it is not good, and you stole away from the bed last night, which was not something which you did of a very good nature, and I could see that you have been just roaming around with a lot of tension, musing and sighing with your arms across. Just few days back, she had also seen how when they were having dinner, Brutus had got up from the middle of having dinner and he was walking about as if he was worried. Obviously he was worried because he was going to carry out this act of killing Julius Caesar. And then she says, I urged you further, then you scratched your head and too impatiently stamped with your foot. That is, whenever Portia tried to ask what is the cause of this tension and worry in Brutus, he just showed a lot of anger, which is something he never does. But with an angry wafture of your hand, gave signs for me to leave you. So I did, fearing to strengthen the impatience. I had already seen that you are being very impatient, so I did not want to, make you more impatient. That is why I left the scene. But what is it that is causing you to be so worried, which sometime hath his hour with every man? It will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep. This kind of tension will not let you live your life peacefully. So I am requesting you, my lord, since I am your dear wife, don't hide anything from me and let me know what is the cause of your tension and worry. Now she's being a dutiful wife over here and trying to find out what is the cause of Julius Caesar's of Brutus's tensions and worries, so that she can actually ease him out. Brutus at this time just does not want to reveal what is the cause of his tension and worry to Portia, and he says that I'm simply not feeling well in health. Portia knows Brutus very well. She's not going to leave him, no? So she says that Brutus is wise, you are intelligent, I know, and even in the past, whenever you have fallen sick, immediately you have found out the cause and tried to, fix up your health. So there is something definitely more than that. Brutus says, "Why so do I, good Portia? Go to bed." He does not want to, convince and talk and kill up his energy at this time. But then Portia says, "Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unembraced and suck up the humors of the dark morning? That is, it is not safe for you if you are not feeling well. Further, to be waking up at this hour of the night and walking about will make you sick further. What, is Brutus sick, and will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night?" That is, if you are out in the night, you are going to further affect your health, and it's going to lead you to get more sick. You are going to catch a cold. No, my Brutus, you have some sick offense within your mind. Now she is speaking up. She's saying that there's something which is of a sick nature, of a terrible nature, that is going on in your mind and is not letting you sleep. At this time, then she kneels, "And upon my knees I charm you," that is, I request you, "by my once commended beauty, by all your vows of love, and that great vow which did incorporate and make us one, that is, by the vow, the oath that we had taken during our marriage, that we are not going to hide anything from each other and be each other's, company, comfort each other. I request you to tell me what is it that is troubling you so much. Why are you heavy? And what men tonight have had resort to you? For here have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces even from darkness." So she's saying that I have also observed that 6 or 7 people had come with their faces covered even in the dark hours of the night, and you were having like a secret meeting. So she's aware, and gradually she's opening up and trying to find out what the cause is. Brutus at this time requests Portia not to kneel down. To this, Portia says that I would not have had the need to kneel down in front of you if you were not being so secretive. I should know no secrets that appertain to you. Am I yourself, but as it were in sort or limitation? That is, she's saying that what is so important that you are hiding it from me? There's nothing. I share the same bed with you. We eat together. We often share our common thoughts. Then why are you not even, telling me what the truth is? Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife. If this is how you are treating me, then it seems as if I am the kind of woman you would have love affair with. But it is only with your wife that you are true. You never hide anything from your wife. You share everything with her. So give me my dutiful position of being your wife and tell me what is it that's troubling you. Brutus says, "You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart." Brutus is saying that you are the utmost important person in my life, and there can be, just as my heart beats, similarly you are that important in my life. So I will definitely tell you what the issue is. This time Portia says that I agree, I'm only a woman, but I am a woman whom you have chosen to be your wife. I admit that I am no better than a woman, but I am a woman of noble character. I am the daughter of Cato, and I have always shown that I am not a very weak and fragile woman as any other ordinary woman, but I am a woman who is very strong in mind and heart. To test my power, my courage, my endurance, I had also deliberately cast a wound on my thigh, and I have shown you how much pain I can bear, and I still have a scar, a mark of that scar on my thigh. So Brutus at this time says that, "Oh, you gods, render me worthy of this noble wife." So he's thanking God that I know that I have a very noble, a very good wife. At this time there's knocking at the door. Portia is requested by Brutus to go away immediately from there, and in no time Brutus will definitely open his heart out and share all the secrets that he has been hiding from Portia. But he tells that you have to leave from here in haste. At this time, when Portia exits, he asks Lucius, "Who's that knocks?" At this time, who enters? Remember, Lucius had suggested there is another person who will be a support system against Julius Caesar, he has brought that person over here. Lucius says that this man that I have brought, he is sick and he would like to speak with you. Brutus says, oh yes, Caius Ligarius, the person whom Metellus spoke of, stand aside. He tells Lucius to exit, and then he starts addressing that person that how are you? Ligarius says that I'm doing well. I may sound weak, but I'm doing well. Brutus says, what a time have you chose out, brave Caius, to wear a kerchief. Would you were not sick? He's saying that why have you chosen this time out of all times to be sick? I wish you were not sick. Ligarius says that if Brutus has something of the nature of something that needs me to show or act out of honor, I will do anything that I have to do, even despite being sick at this time, so you don't need to worry about that. Brutus says that such an exploit have I in hand, Ligarius, had you a healthful ear to hear of it. He's saying that if you were in the best of your health, I would have definitely shared with you what is it that is there on my mind. It is definitely something that concerns the honor of Rome. Ligarius says that I pray by all the gods that I will keep my sickness aside and I'm going to wholeheartedly participate in whatever task you have at hand. And he takes off his handkerchief. And then what does he say? Soul of Rome, brave son derived from honorable loins, thou like an exorcist has conjured up my mortified spirit. He's saying you are a brave, the most bravest person, and you have been born to the people who are the most honorable, because Brutus's family, ancestors of Brutus, were also the rulers of Rome in the past. So he's saying that out of that honorable spirit that has continued, and it has further not just cured me of my sickness, but at the same time it has mortified my spirit, that is, it has purified my spirit at this time. Now bid me run and I will strive with things impossible. He's saying that you have conjured up, you have shaken up my spirit to such an extent to do something for the cause of Rome, that whatever you tell me, I'll keep my sickness aside and I'll definitely try to help you out. Brutus says a piece of work that will make a sick man whole. So he's saying that I'm going to give you a task to do that, even no matter how sick you are going to recover from that sickness. Ligarius says, but are not some whole that we must make sick? That is, he says that whatever we are going to do, is it not that it's going to make the healthy men fall sick because of the result of the action that we are going to undertake? This time Brutus says that while we are proceeding towards the place where you need to carry out the act, I'm going to brief you about it as we walk towards it. Ligarius at this time says that let's go at once right now, and I will tell you all about it also from my end, what is going to be my contribution in the task you do. And because of the fact that it is you who is telling me to do something for you, that is sufficient. That is the amount of trust I have in you, Brutus. So lead me on, take me wherever you want to. Now at this time, you see how Shakespeare plays with effects. There is thunder, obviously, because now the final hour is about to come when they are going to, set out for the act of killing Julius Caesar. So there's thunder. Brutus says, follow me then, and then they exit from the scene, and that is how Act 2, Scene 1 ends. Now, some of the important things of Act 2, Scene 1. This is one of the important scenes because it is over here that we see that dilemma, that conflict that is there in Brutus to show his loyalty to his friend Caesar on one hand, and about his concerns about Julius Caesar's growing ambition and the potential to become a tyrant, unjust and cruel ruler. At this time, we also see that Cassius is not torn in this dilemma. He is genuinely trying to manipulate Brutus to fulfill his own personal revenge motives. The scene also foreshadows or pre-announces the conspiracy that is taking shape against Julius Caesar, and we also see the kind of relationship that is shared between Portia and Brutus. So that's it from this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more such future updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.